Those in attendance agreed a rule proposal for increased mandatory pit stops in the race as a way of livening up the action, with the details to be discussed further in the coming weeks. While Monaco holds the most historic race on the Formula One calendar, the first edition of the Monaco Grand Prix having been held in the pre-F1 era back in 1929, the constraints of the streets of Monte Carlo and the size of modern Formula One cars do not lend the layout to overtaking. Qualifying remains one of the great challenges and spectacles on the schedule, but race day can turn into a processional event without weather intervening, given the tightness of the layout, with a dry race needing one mandatory pit stop to use two slick compounds. It was agreed that the race should utilize more mandatory pit stops, with the aim of promoting better racing. The proposals will be discussed further by the FIA's Sporting Advisory Committee. Monaco already holds a unique distinction on the calendar as being the only race to not run to the full 300-kilometer plus 1 lap specification for a Grand Prix distance, with the race held instead over a shorter 78-lap, 260-kilometer distance. As a result, the first meeting of the F1 Commission in 2025, held in London and chaired by Formula One CEO Stefano Domenicali, alongside FIA single-seater director Nicolas Tombazis, discussed proposals for what it described as Monaco-specific regulations in attempts to liven up the action. Other changes by the F1 Commission announced including confirmation of more stringent deflection tests on rear wings from the start of the season and on front wings from the Spanish Grand Prix onwards. The FIA confirmed there had also been a number of revisions and clarifications to sprint and race start procedures, including those covering the aborted start. The restriction on the number of gearboxes a team can use in a season has been removed, with their reliability cited as making the regulation obsolete, alongside finalization of a proposed driver cooling system after collaboration between Formula One teams and the FIA. The 2026 regulations were also in focus, with the teams and power unit manufacturers highlighted for improving aerodynamic performance and energy management efficiency on the next generation of cars, with a further draft of the next set of technical regulations discussed